So some people got mad when I said that the kids from Sky High could easily defeat Thanos. You saying all those MCU characters are sidekicks is like me saying your girl is cheating on you. I don't even get it, but I feel like it was still a little uncalled for. I'm calling up Jenny right now. Jenny, are you cheating on me? She says no. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take it a step further and say that the entire Avengers will be annihilated by Nacho Libre.
Ramses is the best. Hell no. Name is Nacho, show me my respect.
Listen to me.
Hit up Chancho if I need some sweats.
Chancho.
Took our vows, but you know I still.
While Marvel still hasn't had a Latino superhero movie, 24 films in, Nickelodeon gave it to us in 2006, okay? And they even had the courtesy to cast a white guy as the lead. While I do want a Sky High 2, or a Save University, I do not want a Nacho Libre 2, because you cannot top perfection, alright? This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm talking like top 5. And it's not even a nostalgia thing. I literally watched it for the first time like 2 years ago. Have you ever had that show or movie that made you really uncomfortable as a kid? That Mr. Meaty show almost turned me vegan just based off how disturbing those two look. Courage the Cowardly Dog gave me endless nightmares. And Ed, Edd and Eddy just annoyed me. Why are they doing the most for a couple of jawbreakers? Get a job. I felt the same way about the Nacho Libre commercials as a kid. I was like, I'm never watching this. Why is there a half-naked Jack Black getting hit in the chest with a cantaloupe? I'm not doing it. I didn't watch it until 2 years ago when my roommate forced me to watch it, and I was still dismissing it. I'm like, why? I'm not watching this. This looks so dumb. And now it's genuinely my top 5 favorite movies. Genuinely. Like, it actually hit me that hard. I like it that much. It's a freaking underrated classic, if you will. No comedy has had as much heart as this one in the entire last decade. I'm gonna say that right now. It aged amazingly. I think it's better now than it even was back then. It wasn't even appreciated when it came out. Look at this, 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. Critic and audience score. You know what? Rotten Tomatoes, I give you a 40% rating. How about that, huh? I give you a rotten rating, boy. This is literally the greatest superhero origin movie of all time. Forget Iron Man, okay? Forget Batman. We got Nacho Libre. I'm serious. This is the best sports movie of all time. Remember the Titans? I already forgot them. Okay? Remember the Orphans. Alright, how about that? Jack Black is one of the greatest comedic actors of this generation.
But my life is good. Really good. I get to wake up every morning at 5 a.m. and make some soup. It's the best. I love it. I get to lay in a bed by myself all of my life. It's fantastic.
If you've never seen Nacho Libre, it's about this guy named Ignacio, played by Jack Black. There's so much character development to this guy in just an hour and a half. Ignacio works at this monastery / orphanage, and he doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. He's been cooking stew for the orphans every day his whole life, and he loves them, but he's like, is this what I really want to do forever? He's being disrespected by the other brothers in the monastery, and his only passion is forbidden. We see from the opening that he's always wanted to be a wrestler since he was a boy. He has a love for lucha libre, the Mexican art of wrestling. He wants to be a luchador, but he can't. It's not allowed. It's frowned upon. But he does it anyway in secret, and slowly he finds himself through wrestling, even though everyone is like, oh, it's so dumb to be a wrestler. He slowly starts to figure out who he is. This story is relatable to anybody in the world. We can all feel like we're trapped at a job or at school, feeling like, is this what we really want to do forever? Is this really our passion? Nacho shows us that we can do it. How does this movie not have an Oscar? The Oscars are coming up this weekend, and I'm still boycotting since they never gave this movie an Oscar. This movie has 2 characters with 2 different religious beliefs who work together and are friends. I've never seen that topic explored in a kid's movie, ever. He's friends with Steven, who says,
Pray to the Lord for strength.
I don't believe in God. I believe in science.
and they have their differences, but eventually they come together and they're an actual real team. And it's not a one-off joke either, it's a theme. Like Nacho's parents are the same way.
They tried to convert each other, but they got married instead. And then they died.
And it's also a love story with this nun. There's a forbidden love in here. What more do you want out of a movie? I have a real problem with comedies these days, okay? First of all, there are barely any. All of them are either moved to streaming or are basically action movies with a little bit of comedy sprinkled in. And when there are just straight comedies, there's barely any effort put into them. All the shots are just regular reverse shot. Most of the lines are just ad-libbed on the spot. They just say, these 2 are together, and go ahead and let them do whatever they want to do. Where is the iconicness? There's been a couple like these, but the last decade was really lacking. But this movie has so much care put into it, to the location, to the costumes, to the cinematography. You'd never expect a movie like this to have shots that literally look like paintings. Like, I'd actually have this up on my wall. Why does this movie look so good? It's literally a Nickelodeon movie. Why does it look like A24 made this? They could have gone the easy route and just did some simple cinematography, make everything just look regular. But it's like they actually went the extra mile to make you feel like this is a place that's lived in. This is actually Mexico. The actors, they didn't choose conventionally attractive models and actors to be these people. Everyone in this movie seems like an actual person. Everyone looks so normal that it makes the movie feel so much more authentic. No one besides Jack Black even seems like an actor. And even Jack Black, it's like, this man doesn't look like a conventionally attractive actor either. Also, this is easily one of the most quotable movies of all time.
Don't you want a little taste of the glory? See what it tastes like.
No!
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Get that cone out of my face! Sucks to be me right now. I used to really like Ramses. I wanted to become him. But it turns out, he's a real douche. Hug, hug. Kiss, kiss. Hug, hug. Big kiss. Little hug. Kiss, kiss. Little kiss.
Beneath the clothes, we find a man. And beneath the man, we find his nucleus. It's just crazy to me because the same way I dismissed this movie, everyone that I've tried to show it to has also dismissed it until they've like watched halfway through. Literally my sister, she's like, no, I'm never watching it. I basically forced her to watch it. We started watching it. A couple minutes in, she's like, this is so beautiful. And then by the end, she's like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. It's honestly just taught me how to not dismiss movies. It's an important lesson in not dismissing things by how they look or seem. It's a comedy classic, cult fan base type of thing right now. There's so many other comedies from the 2000s that have just got forgotten because they're not that good. But this one has stood the test of time and it's a freaking classic. And it's the most wholesome movie. And this movie isn't just about doing what you love, all right? It's about doing what you love to help others. It's so beautiful. At first, Nacho was trying to do this for the kids, of course, but also mostly for the fame, for the fortune.
Listen, I know the wrestlers get all the fancy ladies, and the clothes, and the free creams and lotions.
He wanted the stretchy pants and the shiny boots. He wanted the girl to notice him. He wanted the money and he wanted the respect of the other wrestlers. But he keeps losing, and then he completely gives up. And that's when he realizes that he needs to pray to win, to help the orphans exclusively, not to be caught up in the pride and the vanity of that lifestyle. He stops fighting for all those other things and starts fighting exclusively for them. Stops even fighting for himself. It's the same way I'm trying to live my life. I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in wanting to make money and have a certain amount of respect from other people. But at the end of the day, I gotta just pray that I'm helping others with whatever I'm doing. I wanna be like Nacho. And Nacho!
No.
But it could have been an easy underdog story, you know what I'm saying? The guy, he meets the girl, and then he wins, and then he loses, and then he wins. But they have such a charm to this movie, and there's such a certain tone of surrealness and awkward funniness. It could only be made by these guys that the movie is just great. And there's no other movie like it, to be honest.
Also, like, it's one of the best movies to watch with people, like your friends.
That's true.
If you watched it alone, you would still think it's like hilarious, but
So true.
like if you watch it alone, you still think it's hilarious. But if you watch it with people, it's just like, dude, it's the funniest thing ever. It's just such a great time, and I think it never gets old, regardless of how many times you watch it.
This movie is about finding yourself through your passions. This movie is about freaking using those passions to help other people instead of helping yourself. It's about helping the orphans. It's about finding love in unexpected places. If you haven't seen this movie, it's on Netflix. I just literally wanted to make this video because I would love to talk about things that I like that a lot of people are not really talking about. I don't want to talk about things that I hate. This is too fun, right? One thing I couldn't stop thinking about was how difficult it was for Ignacio to get all the ingredients he needed to make that food. Like, he would have had such an easier time if he just used HelloFresh. I relate to Ignacio. It's hard for me to get the ingredients for my life too. My diet's been terrible, been eating out bad times. It's a lot of junk food. When they say you want a dozen donuts, I say let's go for 2 dozen. But HelloFresh came through with the ingredients, bro. They got 22 seasonal chef curated recipes each week. We were able to cut out meal planning and prepping and get dinner on the table in like 30 minutes. And I appreciate that they're eco-friendly too. All the packaging that HelloFresh uses is made out of almost entirely recyclable material. And they're also flexible. You can add extra meals or lunches to your weekly order or throw in little sides and desserts like garlic bread, cookie dough. So go to HelloFresh.com and use the code NathanZ10 for 10 free meals, including free shipping.
Baddest bite, huh? No, get the big bite.
Fire.
This is actually delicious.
Not even for the video.
Not that legit.
Loki went off, I'm not gonna lie. Go watch the movie, get HelloFresh, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, I don't really end my videos like that, so. It's over.
My life is good, real good. Yeah, the orphans told me that they want some real food. So I did some pile drives to the face, put some salads on their plate, asked my girl on a date.
Nice file right to the face.
Had to show